Hey, Stacy. Hey, Uncle Buck. She's doing a little bit better. Doing a bit better. She called me out of work yesterday. She texted me yesterday when I was at work, telling me to go visit. Hey, Buttercup. Like, she texted me and like she tried to call me, but I was on a call, so I couldn't answer the phone. But so as soon as I got off that call, I called my supervisor and I was like, "Hey, my mom's in the hospital and she wants me to visit." I was like, fuck. Is this gonna be, this is something serious? But no. So yeah, she really wasn't all there. Yeah, I did spend a few hours with her yesterday because of that. Until my brother got there to sort of relieve me. But yeah, she definitely was not all there. At one point I had plugged her phone in because it was like 5% left on the charge. So I plugged her phone onto her into the charger. Yeah, COPD. They did x-rays for pneumonia. I don't know if she actually does have pneumonia, but they did do x-rays for it. But yeah, so like, plugged her phone in because it was almost dead. Did mean that she couldn't tell what time it was, that she didn't have any way of checking the time. I did notice that there was a wall clock, just like just a clock on the wall. She could not read it. Hey, Shelly. She absolutely could not make sense of the clock. Not helped by the fact that, like, at one point, she asked, like... She was trying to figure out which hand was which. And, like, I was like, well, that one's the second hand. It's like, oh, that must be the 60-second hand. Where's the 100-second hand? And I'm like, what? for metric. What? We're not revolutionary France. We're not revolutionary era France. We don't run on metric time. So, that's how out of it she was. She was trying to figure out the metric measurement of what time it was. I did think my "we're not France" joke was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. I thought that was actually a pretty good joke. Hours at my place. Well, even that's not metric though. 2,000 hours, like that's still not metric. That's just military time. Still 60 minutes to an hour, you know? And 24 hours in a day. It's just instead of 1 to 12 and then start over, it goes 1 to all the way up to 24. Anyway, the point is, I was really proud of that France joke. But there was no one around to hear it. You know, like, my mom didn't get it. Because I don't think she was actually aware that France had tried metric time a couple hundred years ago. And even if she did know that, she's so fucking out of it. She was so out of it that she wouldn't have. She was so out of it that she thought we had metric time. So she wasn't gonna appreciate the joke. But man, it's a good joke. You know, it's a good, solid joke. So when my brother got there, my mom was arguing with nurses. She was trying to put on some clean underwear. She wanted to put on some clean underwear. And like she was having it's a dementia test. I mean, she might. But I mean, right now, this is not the time for a dementia test. The problem she's having right now is she's not getting enough oxygen to her brain. She's having trouble breathing. She's not getting enough oxygen to her brain. So that's why she's, you know, not thinking properly right now. Anyway, yeah, she's got a catheter in, and she's trying to put on some clean underwear. Like, she was sort of, yeah, she still has the catheter. And, like, she was just, you know, she's having trouble, like, both explaining what she wanted and fully understanding what she's being told. So she was sort of arguing with nurses a bit. But that ended, And so we sort of sat down. So we sort of went back in and we're chatting with her, and she'd gotten a message from Catherine, from her friend, and she's like, tell her I can't fight anymore. The nurse is standing at the foot of the bed, and just like, excuse me? That's hospital food. Oh, horrible! It's inedible. Today was like a glazed pork, which looked horrible, and fries that apparently were leather. One nurse was trying to get her to eat, and another nurse, a guy nurse, happened to be there, and sort of lifted the lid to look at it. It's like, ugh. Just like, ugh. Just like, I wouldn't eat it. I don't blame you, lady. I wouldn't eat this shit either. He didn't say anything, but he did like have like, ugh. He did make a face. right behind the nurse who was trying to convince my mom to eat it. So he was not helping. So yeah, I mean, hospital food is just terrible. Last night there was like turkey slices that looked white, and like some powdered mashed potatoes, and she was saying she could still taste the powder. Sneak her in better food. Oh, don't need to sneak. My brother actually did bring her some food. My brother brought her some muffins and butter, some granola bars, some chips. So, yeah, I mean, there's no sneaking. We can bring her better food. And my brother did bring her some food. That said, I think we do, cafeteria food is okay. She went down and got her a burger. I don't even know where the fucking cafeteria is in that hospital. I honestly don't even know where the cafeteria is. Anyway, much to Buttercup's disappointment, let's get back to the game. I like this music. Like, this is very pretty music. I thought you were actually saying goodbye to Buttercup. Like, I thought you were saying goodbye to her. Like, well, that's Buttercup out of here. Now that I'm about to play, get back into the game. That's Buttercup leaving. Because you're right. Because you're probably right. She is going to be. Like, at best, she might have the stream still open, but she's probably not gonna be here. Anyway, Last episode ended with us visiting church with our girlfriend, who's down to visit for the day. Because it's some holiday thing. I forget which one it is. I forget what they called it. I don't even remember what they called it. I'll be here. Just maybe not listening or to the game. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. The stream might be open, but... outside, we saw that the line to get inside had grown even longer.
やっぱり来るならこの時間だよね。
Good thing we came when we did. If you hadn't come, Ari, I would never have made it here at this time.
クリスはもうちょっと早く起きた方がいいよ。まあ、それでも遅れないだけ偉いかな。
Nival? Right, yeah, something like that. You should wake up a little earlier, Chris. Well, I should be glad that you're not late. You have such high standards. Natal. That's right, it's Natal. Stream open, but my eyes and ears are closed. Exactly. You have such high standards. While we were talking, Ari seemed to remember something all of a sudden.
あ、そういえば、さっき神父様から祝福を受けているとき、ずっと私のこと見てなかった？
That reminds me. When we were receiving the Father's blessing, were you looking at me the whole time? Alright. Naval. Did I do that wrong? Yeah, Natal. Left. Sniff the street. Eyes and ears closed. Butthole open. She'll take the stream rectally. Huh? Yeah.
咳払いまで受けちゃって、何考えてたの？
You even caught a cough. What were you thinking then? I was entranced, Ari, by your profile. I answered way too honestly, which made us both freeze up. We were a couple, no doubt about that, but we hardly ever whispered sweet nothings to each other, and in fact we weren't too good at it. There was no way to take back what I'd said, though. Not that I wanted to. That was embarrassing, but it's the truth. You looked beautiful.
芦野さんの影響？
Is this Asino's influence? No, it's not. Asino are complete opposites. Which may be why we get along, actually.
そっか。でも、クリスの口からそんな言葉が聞けるとはね。
I see. But I never thought I'd hear such things from your mouth, Chris. Well, I meant it. We both turned red again. For lunch, I made something simple at home. It was natural for me to want to eat Ari's cooking today, but if I didn't hear her say anything about dinner, then perhaps it would take some other form. In the restful time that followed lunch, I sat down in front of the Portel. Ari was really looking forward to it. She sat down too and was all ears.
何を弾いてくれるのかな?
What are you going to play? How about whatever comes to mind?
私はクリスが弾いてくれるのなら何でも。
As long as you're playing it for me, Chris, anything. Thanks. Well, in that case... I knew Ari would say that, so I let my mind and fingers wander. With an almost surprising lightness, I played the first note. It was a nostalgic song. The song that came to mind was a simple one. The very first one Ari, Torta, and I learned to play at that music school. Ari was off-key. Torta was keeping up, somehow. And I was desperately following the score with my eyes. It would have been more effective to practice different songs for voice and foretell, but we'd insisted on performing together. It wasn't a performance to be proud of, but after we'd stumbled to the end, we laughed at ourselves and were satisfied. Aw, that sounds like a sweet memory. It was an important memory, the very first song we practiced, and even after all those years, my fingers were almost moving by themselves. As I played the last note, I saw that Ari's eyes were narrowed, as if in reminiscence. And with a rapt look on her face, she expressed her thoughts.
これって一番最初に習った曲だよね。
That was the very first song we learned, right? Yeah, I suddenly remembered it. Perhaps because you're here, Ari.
懐かしいね。まだ歌えるかな?
I miss those days. I wonder if I can still sing it. I mean, from what we've been told, you couldn't sing it. Couldn't sing it before. Come on, try it. Who knows? You might even be better now.
ダメ。絶対にクリスは笑うから。
No way. You're definitely going to laugh at me. I won't.
笑ったじゃない。小さい頃。
You did, didn't you? When we were young. No, I won't laugh anymore.
やだ。それよりも、もっとクリスのフォルテールを聞かせてよ。
Nuh-uh. Come on, I want to hear more of your foretell. I don't mind, of course, but...
だって、私の知らない3年間、クリスがどんな風に時間を過ごしていたか、聞いてたらわかる気がするから。
Somehow, I feel I'll get to know how you spent those 3 unknown years if I hear you play, Chris. Alright. With that, I started playing the foretell again, while looking at Ari, who had closed her eyes, while making the most of those precious hours. I could have kept playing the foretell forever.
さて、じゃあ、そろそろ用意を始めようかな。
Well then, I should start preparing dinner soon. Oh, at last! After playing for a couple of hours, it's no wonder parts of my body were tired. Even though I didn't feel tired at all as I performed.
3年ぶりかな。
3 years, I guess? Yeah, I've made my own food up until now.
もう、だから今日は奮発しちゃうから。
You must be really excited, huh? I'm so looking forward to it. What are you gonna make?
冷蔵庫に入ってる材料にもよるけど、パルミジャーナにしようかなって考えてた。もし足りなかったら買いに行こうかな。
Depends on what's in the fridge, but I was thinking of Parmigiana. If something's missing, I'll go buy it. I probably have the ingredients for that. I went to the store before Natal, you see.
本 本当？ちょっと見てくるね。
Really? I'll go take a look.
Ari went to look at the fridge and came back.
これだけあれば十分作れるよ。お腹空いてる？それなら今から作っちゃうから。
Yes, we have enough. Are you hungry? If so, I can start cooking now.
Of course. Parmigiana. I haven't had ninnas in a long time either. This will be great.
おばあちゃんから昔直に習ったからね。多分大丈夫かな。
I learned how to make it from Grandma herself. It should be fine.
I know. I'm not worried about that.
はいはい。歌に関しては不安だもんね。
Yes, yes. You're only worried about my singing.
You didn't have to go out of your way to say it.
クリスの言いたそうなことくらいわかるよ。それじゃあ台所借りるね。
I know what you're trying to say, Chris. Anyway, your kitchen is mine for the next few hours.
Can I help?
クリスは休んでて。それでも何かしてくれるんなら、トルタと卒業発表で練習する曲でも弾いてて。
It's okay, you should rest. If you really must do something, play the song you're practicing with Torta for graduation.
さっき弾いてくれた曲の中にはなかったんでしょ？
It wasn't one of the songs you played just now, was it?
Good ears. You're right, I didn't play it.
トルタの作った曲でしょ？それならわかるよ。
Torta wrote the song, right? Then I'd recognize it.
So that's what it is.
ついでに言えば、クリスの作った曲も多分わかるよ。
By the way, I could probably recognize something you wrote too.
I see. Well, I'm a bit tired, so I'll take a break. I'm all practiced out for today.
それもそうかもね。
That's certainly true.
Ari smiled, rolling up her sleeves as she went into the kitchen. Hey, Kelly. I saw her go, then fell into bed. Perhaps I overdid it. All at once I felt fatigued. I closed my eyes, and while listening to the sounds of the oven and of Ari cutting things up, before I knew it, I'd fallen asleep.
ほら、
Hey, Jake.
起きて。できたよ。
Rise and shine. Dinner's ready.
クリスったら。
When I opened my eyes, Ari was just taking a dish out of the oven. I'll get that. It's dangerous.
今から渡す方が危ないよ。クリスよりもずっと慣れてるんだからね。
Handing it to you now would be more dangerous. I've done this a lot more than you have, Chris.
Yeah, didn't she say she's working at like a bakery? I'm pretty sure she's working at a bakery. I think she knows how to handle hot dishes. Smiling, Ari carefully placed the dish on top of the desk. It's weird she didn't spend any time with her twin. She's only in town for a day. Well, she wants to see her boyfriend. Lavender. I have been enjoying this game so far. Especially since I don't actually have to play the music myself.
「残りのお皿も持ってきちゃうから、その間に眠気を覚ましておいてね。
I'll bring over the rest of the dishes. Try to be fully awake by then.
Alright. Even if I offered to help, she'd probably say no. Besides, it was better for me to be fully awake, as Ari said. You could have woken me up a little earlier.
気持ちよさそうに寝てたからね。
But you were sleeping so soundly.
Thanks.
どういたしまして。
You're welcome.
As I watched, all the food Ari had made was laid out on the desk. How long had it been since I had such a grand meal? Must have been since that time at Nina's house. Can we eat now?
うん。もういつでも食べられるよ。
Yes, whenever you're ready.
We sat down to a relaxing meal.
じゃあそろそろ帰るね。おばあちゃんの家に今日は泊めてもらうってトルタには手紙で知らせておいたから。
Oh, well there you go, Uncle Buck.
Well, I should get going. I wrote to Torta that I'd be staying the night at Grandma's place.
Like these cozy streams? I also like cozy streams. Yeah, there you go. She's staying with her grandma and her sister. I'll walk with you. The city gets quite noisy at night on Natal.
そっか。ありがとう。
I see. Thanks.
What time do you leave tomorrow?
9時くらいかな。
Around 9.
I guess you don't want me to see you off?
うん。列車とかで見送られると少し悲しくなっちゃうから。
No. Seeing you from the train would make me sad.
Aww. For 3 years we'd said our goodbyes here on this street. It was because we'd feel lonely if we saw each other again the next day. Apparently. But this time, I'll see you again in just 3 months, not a year.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
いや、手紙でも書いたかもしれないけど、ちょっと怖いんだ。
Nothing. I may have said it in my letters, but I'm a bit scared.
Of
終わっ
what?
たら戻ってくるんだよね。
You'll come back home after you're done, right?
You're a great help.
そしたら、
What?
Which means...
Ari fell silent for a while. We'd stopped in the middle of the rain.
なんでもない。変なこと言おうとしてた。
It's nothing. I was going to say something strange.
Now you'll have to say it, of course. What is it? Love the voice impression. I do my best. Because, I figure, just in case people don't want to read it. Yeah, if they're on their phone, then maybe it's a bit small to read, although it should be good. Font is a good size anyway, but yeah, maybe it's a bit small to read, or maybe they just prefer to sit back and listen. And with the voice acting in Japanese, it falls on me.
そしたら、毎日会えるんだよね。って思っただけ。
That means I'll get to see you every day. That's all.
だから
and?
変なことって言ったでしょ。
See, I said it would sound strange.
Feels like you were telling a bedtime story. Okay, whatever.
クリスのそういういい加減なところ、いいと思うよ。
I like that you don't care so much about those things, Chris.
Huh?
なんでもない。じゃあまた数ヶ月後になるのかな。
Nothing. Guess I'll see you in a few months.
Ari turned around to face me.
ここまででいいよ。あんまり名残惜しんでると やっぱり悲しくなっちゃうから。
Here is fine. If we draw this out, it's just going to make me even sadder. Ari.
だからここまででいいよ。
That's why I said here is fine.
Got it. Well, I'll see you soon.
またね。
Okay, see you.
Now give her a kiss. Give her a kiss goodbye. I don't care if it's uncomfortable or you're too shy or whatever. She's your girlfriend, you give her a goddamn kiss goodbye. So much for that. Fucking loser. She is a cutie. This time we'd only be apart for a few months. And there wasn't even time to start feeling sad because Ari had disappeared down the street. In any case, we were connected through our letters, and we could meet again like this even in the short time left. As we always did. Looking up at the starless sky, I wished that things between us would stay the same, always. Well, that's not how life works, so...
遅い！早く起きなさいってば！
You're late! Wake up, I said! I woke up to the sound of Forney's voice. Huh? Morning.
おはようって、もう昼じゃない。昨日はあると楽しい時間を過ごしたからって寝すぎでしょ？
Morning indeed, it's noon. You had such a great time with Ari yesterday, you overslept.
It's because I played the Fortell for so long. I still feel a bit tired. Boxing Day? It is Boxing Day!
そうでしょうね。私だって聞いてたもん。いいよいいよ。私とのアンサンブルだって忘れちゃうくらい楽しかったんだもんね。
I'll say. I was listening, you know. And it's only natural you would forget about our ensemble practice, what with all the fun you were having.
Yeah.
にゃ！
What?
Just kidding. It was really fun. But to make up for it, I was going to perform ensembles with you every day from now on until you got sick of it.
でも練習は？
Huh? But what about practice?
You mean practice for the graduation recital? That starts on the 4th of next year.
トルタは？練習しようって言わなかったの？
What? What about Torta? Didn't she say you should practice?
It was my request to start practice next year.
それでいいの？
Is that okay? Meh.
Anyway, as long as I play Torta's song, I'll be practicing, kind of.
Meh.
でもトルタは？
But what about Torta? She's probably given up, I guess. Anyway, she agreed after some convincing.
どうして？
Why?
Why what?
どうして練習しないの？
Why won't you practice?
Like I said, I will.
クリスはトルタが嫌いなの？
Chris, do you hate Torta?
No, I like her.
ならなんで？
Then why?
I mean, I like her in the way I like you, Forney, or Asuna. It's different from how I like Arietta.
だからトルタとは練習しないの？
And that's why you won't practice with Torta? Until the start of the new year, anyway. And what's wrong with that? Forney?
なんでもない。
Nothing. Never mind.
You don't want to do an ensemble?
違うよ。でも トルタが少しかわいそうかなって。
No, it's not that. I just feel sorry for Torta. I feel the same way, but I can't do it.
アルのため？
Because of Ari? Do you really want me to explain further? Yes.
いいや。
Because you're being ridiculous, and explaining might help you see that you're being ridiculous. By which I mean we, Chris. Chris is being ridiculous. Nah, don't. Thought so. So, you'll do an ensemble with me, right? If you say no, then I really will have to practice all by myself.
そんなわけないでしょ。クリスのためだから仕方ないわよね。
Of course I will. I can't very well refuse, can I?
Thanks. I'll get up and get ready.
でも手紙は？返事はもう書いたの？
Sure. But what about the letter? Have you written back?
Oh, right. I was so tired yesterday I didn't even read it. I went to the mailbox at once. Just like last year, Ari's letter was properly delivered. Every year, on this day only, she'd write a really short letter, but she never missed it. Even without opening it, I knew what it would say. But I had to read it, of course.
クリスへ。きっと今日は素敵なナターレだったんでしょう。
Dear Chris, I'm sure you had a wonderful night out today.
直接会って話しているから書くこともほとんどないね。
I'll talk to you in person, so I won't write much.
話したいことも思い出もすべて記憶の中にあるはずだから。
The stories I want to share and all the memories I want to reminisce about are all things you already know anyway.
また来年というほど長くはないんだよね。
This time, I guess it won't be a whole year until I see you next.
今度は3ヶ月。
This time, it'll just be 3 months.
短いようで長く感じちゃうんだろうね。
It seems short, but I think it'll feel like a long time.
でも会える日を楽しみにしています。
But I'm looking forward to the day I see you again.
アリエッタ。
Love, Arietta.
And I wrote an equally short reply.
さて、なら練習しなくちゃね。
Alright, now we have to practice.
You're suddenly full of enthusiasm.
トルタに代わってクリスをしごかなくちゃいけないからね。
Hey, for Torta's sake, I have to whip you into shape, you know? Sure. I'll put this in the mailbox, then we can begin. We practiced over and over again that day. Perhaps what we did couldn't be called practice. We were passing time in the pure enjoyment of music. But maybe that was, in fact, the way music should be. One Janeo. You know, speaking of music, last night I listened to the new album by the New Pornographers. Great album. A lot of songs definitely felt like they were sort of meditations on sickness and death. Which, you know, given my mom's in the hospital, either really good time for me to hear that album or really bad time for me to hear that album. On Patreon. It will go up on Patreon in about 3 weeks. It'll go up on Patreon in June. Anyway, it was almost stunning how uneventfully the first day of the new year went by. Forney and I did our ensembles, I prepared meals and ate alone, and stayed indoors the whole time. Are you drinking? It's Pop Shop brand cream soda. And it is empty. But, my legs and feet are tired, and I think I need a few more minutes before I get up to get another bottle. There was nothing to complain about. I simply waited for Ari's letter to come. And that was enough for me.
そろそろかな?
Anytime now. Uh-huh. Anytime now. I was going to peek in the mailbox when suddenly there was a knock on the door. Who could it be at this hour? Cream soda is so good. It is really good. I nodded at Forney, who looked just as confused, and opened the door.
お届け物です。
Package for you. Ah, okay. I signed the receipt and was given a small box. When I returned to the room with it, Forney looked at it with great interest.
何それ?
What's that? No idea. It's the fleshlight I ordered. I was the intended recipient for sure. The sender was Arietta. I hurriedly opened the box and found lots of bread wrapped in paper, as well as a letter. This must be Ari's bread, I guess?
だろうね.
Probably. Would have been better if she sent cake. It probably would have been better if she had sent cake, because then it would be Ari's cake. Removing it from the envelope that Ari always used, I read her letter.
クリスへ。突然の贈り物でちょっとびっくりしているかな。
Yeah, not a flashlight, a fleshlight. You know, for...
Dear Chris, this out-of-the-blue present surprised you, perhaps?
ようやくお店でも最初から最後まで私の焼いたパンが出るようになりました。
At last, the bakery has bread that was made entirely by me, from start to finish.
Aw, good for her! She's making her own bread now. She's making bread. She's making dough.
その記念に焼きたてのパンを送ります。
To celebrate, I'm sending you some fresh bread.
本当はもうちょっと前からなんだけど、こんな特別な日じゃないと恥ずかしかったから。
Actually, it happened a little earlier, but I felt silly making such a big deal over it.
Not silly at all. You should be proud of yourself, Ari.
とにかくお店で働くようになってからは初めてのはずだよね。
Anyway, it's a first for me since I started working at the bakery.
美味しいって言ってくれるといいな。
Anyway, I hope you find it delicious.
感想は手紙ででもお願い。
Please tell me what you thought of it in your letter.
それを楽しみにしているから。
I'm really looking forward to reading it.
今日のお手紙はこれだけです。
The main point of today's letter is this.
クリスのフォルテールを聞けば全てがわかるように、私のパンを食べればクリスにも私の全てがわかると思うの。
If you eat this bread, Chris, I think you'll know everything about me. Just as I know everything about you from hearing you play the fortell.
今までどんな風に過ごしてきたとか、私の思っていることとか。
What I've been doing all this time. What I've been thinking.
なんてね。
As if.
ちょっと恥ずかしいから今日はここまで。
It's a little embarrassing, but that's all for today.
日持ちがする特別なパンだから1週間くらいは普通に食べられるよ。
This special bread was made to last, so you can eat it as is for a week or so.
Other Silence of the Lambs reference? No.
それでは感想を楽しみにしているアリエッタ。
Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Love, Arietta.
晩ご飯はこれで決まりだね。
It's settled. We're having bread for dinner.
Yeah. As soon as I had a drink, I took a bite of one of the breads. Hyping up this bread of hers. She's proud of it.
どう？
How is it?
Delicious. That was the only word that came to mind. I was happy to get Ari's letter. The bread Ari made was delicious. There weren't that many, but I finished 2 in a matter of minutes.
がっつきすぎ。
You're a pig.
What? I only had 2? I imagine they're probably like thick slices of bread. Almost more like they probably are closer to cake than bread. Would be my guess. Like it's just like really thick, desserty bread. So not just like a loaf of bread you get not just like a loaf of Wonder Bread. Texas Toast. Yeah, so I don't think it'd just be like a loaf of Wonder Bread. That it wouldn't be that kind of bread. Yeah, she didn't really say what kind of bread it is. But if it's milk bread, then yeah, those slices can get pretty thick. So yeah, like I said, almost more of a almost more of a dessert. I devour some milk bread with butter. Anyway, I only had 2.
いいけどね。
Whatever. Then I felt like savoring them for a while longer, so I decided to eat them over the next few days. The fragrant smell of the bread was calling out to me, but I put them away, knowing that I'd enjoy them tomorrow. That was really delicious.
よかったね。
How nice. Forney didn't think much of my reaction. Just as Arietta had said, I felt that I now knew what she'd done in our time apart. This bread was the result of the path she'd taken. Huh? Was that from next door? No, it was too loud for that. But I hadn't made any appointments today. Could it be Asino? There was also the possibility that Torta simply couldn't wait any longer. Coming! To Janeo. I grabbed the jacket from the chair, tried to make myself presentable, and then headed to the door. Jeez, almost noon. Not that I have any room to talk, but yeah. I looked at the clock. It was early noon. I'd said those things yesterday, so Forney didn't have any intention of waking me up, it seemed. Yes, who is it?
俺だよ。
It's me. Okay, hold on, Asuna.
おはよう。なんだその格好は。
Make Bannock? Probably not. Morning. What's the get-up? I just woke up. Why are you wearing your uniform?
これから学院に行こうと思ってな。
I'm heading to school after this. Ah, that's right, school starts today. And? If you're asking me to go, I'll pass.
ちょっとな、話でもどうかと思って。どこでもいいんだが、今出られるか？
Wait, I wanted to talk to you. It's nothing, really, but do you have time? Sure, if you'd give me time to change.
ねえ、誰だったの？
Hey, who is it?
寒いからその間、中に入っていていいか？
It's cold. Can I come in? Right this way. Asuna, do you mind looking the other way? I'm gonna change.
俺にその趣味はない。別に見てたって構わないだろ。
I don't swing that way. What's the big deal? Since you're not interested, you don't have to look, right?
はいはい。細かいことを気にするね。あんまりムキになって誤解されるのも嫌だからな。いいよ。
Fine. I know you're weird about your body like that. I won't insist. Someone might get the wrong idea if I did.
アーシの？
Is that Ash, you know? It's basically our damper. Yeah, the one and only.
へえ、あれがね。でも、どうしたの？
I see. But why is he here? That's what I want to know too. He said he wanted to talk.
ん？なんか言ったか？
Huh? Did you say something? Just to myself. Don't mind me.
クリスも大変ね。
Poor Chris. You have some nerve saying that, Forney. You're the one who caused the whole thing. Hey, Strawberries. She's, little bit better. Forney missed my sarcasm because she was staring at Ashino the whole time.
へえ、結構かっこいいね。
Hey, he's kinda handsome. You think? Is he your type?
全然
Not at all. I see. Anyway, I'm gonna head out with Asino. What? I'll be back by the evening, I promise. Maybe right away. We'll have our ensemble then. I quickly put on my pants and the jacket from before. Thanks, Strawberries.
まだ
Ready? Yeah, I'm ready. See you later. Communicate. I mean... Yes. She can't always communicate well. Like she asked me to pass her a toothpaste tube. So like I grabbed the tube toothpaste and it's like not that. The empty tube the toothpaste came in. What she was actually asking for was empty toothbrush package. And she sort of kept repeating that. I didn't correct her that it was like a toothbrush thing, no need, but yeah. So she's not always able to think clearly. Like she's still a bit off. She said she wants a cigarette. She didn't say anything. I'm sure she does, but she hasn't mentioned it. That said, they don't even want her getting out of the bed right now, so... Yeah, I'm ready. See you later.
いってらっしゃい。
Have a nice day. Force of habit. Are we headed anywhere in particular? She's a trooper. Yep.
いや、そういうわけじゃない。
No, it's not like that. Fine, suit yourself. She's a forest. It's not so much the falling. I mean, yes, she is gonna need some help, like just standing up. Like once she's allowed to get out of bed, she probably will need some help. Just standing on her own for for a day or so. It's more breathing risk. They're worried that even just getting to they're worried that even her just getting up to go to the washroom, that she'd run out of breath. I walked slowly, a short distance behind Asuna.
Na, パートナーは決まったか?
Hey, you found a partner yet? Yeah, it only happened recently. Didn't I tell you about it?
聞いてない。で、誰なんだ?
Nope. So who is it? Sorry for not dashing everyone's expectations, but I'm performing with Torta.
ま、そうだろうとは思ってたよ。
Well, I thought as much. Ms. Cordell introduced her to me.
紹介って?
What do you mean, introduced? We had an arrangement. She would introduce someone to me if I hadn't found a partner by our final lesson. And the person introduced was Torta.
なんだそりゃ。情けないな。
Come on, really? That's pathetic. And what about you?
俺か? ま、それなりに候補はいるけど、まだ決まってない状態だな。
Me? Well, I have some candidates, but I haven't made a decision. How are you for time?
もちろん練習はしてる。でも、こういうのって一人で決められる問題でもないだろ。トルティニタみたいな幼馴染は俺にはいないからな。
I practice, of course. But this isn't something that I can just settle by myself, right? I don't have a childhood friend like Tortonita by my side. You mean someone isn't responding to your overtures? I couldn't say anything about Torta, so I let it slide.
言い方が気にかかるが、まあそういうことだ。
I wouldn't put things that way. But yeah, that's it, more or less. Wow, such a girl exists.
ひどいだろ？
Terrible, isn't it? No, that girl must be quite discerning.
トルティニタよりはマシだろうよ。
At least it's better than pairing up with Tortonita. I'll tell her you said that.
すまなかった。
I'm sorry. Very, very sorry. Some things never change.
別にそういうわけじゃないよ。
No, that's not the reason. Anyway, you wanted to talk about something?
ああ、お前のパートナーのことが気になっただけだ。
Right, I was just wondering about your partner. Shouldn't you be worried about your own?
俺は何とでもなるよ。
I'll figure something out. Well, if Ashina says it, then so it shall be, right?
そういうこと。それよりクリスはこれからどうする？
Indeed. Anyway, what are you gonna do now? Not going to school, for one.
トルティニタとの練習は？
What about practice with Tortonita? We'll start on the 4th. Until then, I'll practice alone.
本当にやる気がないんだな。
You're really not into it, huh? I told you, I practice at home.
アリエッタか？
Is it Arietta? Yes. Asuno could be surprisingly perceptive at times, getting right to the heart of the matter, as he did now. Just like that, he'd figured out why I never practiced, and why I'd put off choosing a partner until now.
汝の隣人を愛せ。だ、クリス。
Love thy neighbor, Chris. Okay?
近いやつを愛せば何の問題もないだろう。
Treasure the people close to you and all will be well, right? Asuno, you have no clue what that means, do you?
本来の意味くらいは知ってるさ。
I know what it originally meant. Asuno was making fun of me and continued in an overly solemn voice.
一番近くにいるものを愛する方が楽でもあるし確実でもある。クリス。
Loving the one who is closest to you would be simpler and more certain, Chris.
今お前の一番近くにいるのは誰だ？本当にお前のことを思ってくれているのは。
Who is closest to you now? Who is the one who really cares about you? Is it your mom? Because I do love your mom. We're thinking of getting married.
アリエッタだと思うならそれもいいだろう。お前が近くにいてくれていると思えるのならな。
If you think it's Arietta, that's fine. As long as you can think of her being close to you. Forney. True. Things with Arietta are more complicated than you think, Asuno.
知ってる。とにかく
I know. In any case, you're not wrong. Forney lives with me. I do live with Forney. It's Joe. Who's the one who's closest to you? Good question. You know, I think it might be D. I think the one closest to me is D. D's nuts! They couldn't have this conversation at Chris's place. I guess they just wanted to get out and about. Yeah.
頑張れよ。
Don't give up. Thanks. Is that all you want to tell me today?
まあな。でも次だ。飯だけでも食べていくか。
Yeah. But since we're out, how about getting some food? It's about time, huh?
そこのリストランテはどうだ？
What about the restaurante? That's not where students go. Boot the boot. In the first place, we shouldn't have been looking in the new district. Fortel students received financial aid from the state, so tuition was unbelievably low. Even so, I was getting by on the money that my parents sent every month, and I couldn't afford such luxury. I didn't mind going to a trattoria once in a while, but a ristorante with a proper dress code just wasn't appropriate for someone of my age or position. That trattoria we went to last time, that should be about right.
なんならおごってやってもいいぞ。
Don't worry, it'll be on me. I'll pass. I'll go on my own accord, when it's a bit more suitable.
硬いんだな。まあいいや。そういうとこも気に入ってる。
You're a real stick in the mud, you know. But that's what I like about you. So, we'll go to the trattoria?
残念ながら今日は休みだ。営業はあさってから。
Unfortunately for you, it's closed today. They only start the day after. That leaves us with...
学食かな。
the cafeteria, I guess. See you later.
来ないのか？って来るわけないか。
You're not coming? Of course you aren't. I don't know why I'd go to school during the holidays. That's a fair question.
俺一人ならここで食べていくから。
Whatever. I'll just eat here by myself. After saying goodbye, Ashino turned around and added one last thing.
とにかく頑張れよ。
Anyway, don't give up. You too.
おかえり。早かったね。
Welcome back. That was fast. Yeah, we just talked for a bit.
何の用事だったの？
About what? Who knows? Something about partners and not giving up.
へえ、アシノってそういうこと言うんだ。
Ashino says such things? Yeah, sometimes.
で、クリス。
Forney set herself down on the music stand in front of the Fortel and flapped her wings. Oh, right. Let's practice.
明日からはトルタが一緒だけど、一日一回はフォルテールに触らないとね。
Yes, you'll be with Torta from tomorrow on, but you need to play the Fortel at least one a day. Once a day? Okay, okay. Not that I minded. Practicing with Forney was something I could do without hesitation. I was going to start practicing with Torta tomorrow, but our relationship wouldn't change, probably. It was what I'd hoped for, and I knew that I was imposing on Torta. But still, I couldn't have chosen any other path, and perhaps it was the only path I ever had to begin with. For Geneo.
おはよう。
Morning. Morning. We hadn't seen each other for over a week, but Torda and I went back a long way. Well, with Arietta and all, I was making all kinds of impositions on Torda, but I knew from her tone that she was okay with that. Even if that was just wishful thinking, at least she didn't seem angry.
さて、すぐに練習室に行こう。その後、お昼からコーデル先生の特別授業だから。
Let's go to the practice rooms right away. Then, after lunch, we'll have a special lesson with Miss Cordell.
Huh? Ms. Cordell?
クリスがだらしないから、私からお願いしておいたよ。もう時間もないんだからね。それまでになんとか形にしておかないとね。
I requested it, since you've been slacking off so much. We have so little time and we need to make this work somehow.
Sure.
休み中もきちんと練習してた？
Did you practice properly over the holidays?
Yes, no worries there. I played the Fortell every day and practiced the song until I got sick of it.
ならよし。って嫌になってたらダメなんだけど。
That's good to hear. But it won't work if you're sick of the song.
Figure of speech. It's fine, the song is great.
ありがとう。ならとりあえず練習室に行こうか。
Thanks. Now let's find a practice room.
Alright. With that, Torta started walking towards the second hall. I called out to her from behind. Torta!
どうかしたの？
Is something the matter? Torta turned around with a puzzled look. Thank you, really. It had probably been a really long time since I last said those words with as much sincerity. There was no way I could convey the extent of my gratitude in just one sentence. Even so, that was all I could have said.
どういたしまして。
You're welcome.
Torta smiled and didn't say anything else. We practiced together every day after that up until the graduation recital. Torta was becoming nicer to me, nicer than she'd ever been, while Forney seemed grumpier with each passing day. Perhaps it was because I was practicing on the weekends, which meant we weren't able to do our ensembles. But I still managed to find time for 2 or 3 ensembles. And then... Ari's letters were becoming shorter too. But we no longer had any need for long ramblings. All we had to do was think of each other and write down our feelings. My desk drawer was filled with Ari's letters, and I'm sure the drawer in her room was the same. In any case, I spent what little time I had left thinking of Arietta. And we're up to 20th of Janelle. Torda and I stood in the wings, waiting for our turn to come. We'd practiced as much as possible, and our performance actually wasn't all that bad.
さて、そろそろ本番だ。用意はいいな。
Okay, it's almost time.
Are you ready?
Yes!
はい。
Yes!
Since that day, Ms. Cordell had watched us practice countless times. It was literally just yesterday that we somehow managed to get a passing grade from her. All that was left was the actual recital. We were the first to perform in the afternoon session, so while the curtains were down, I'd already prepared the Fortell. Holding only the score in my hand, I walked out on stage. And then... I'm honestly surprised they don't make you play it there. The recital went off without a hitch. Even Ms. Cordell was applauding. It looked like I'd have no problem graduating. Aiming for no problem may have been a problem in itself, but I had no regrets, no matter what kind of future came next. Arietta was definitely a part of my future. What more did I need? That was the source of my happiness, and come what may, I wouldn't deal with it alone anymore. That scared the crap out of you? Yeah, it was a bit surprising. I'd talk to Arietta, and we'd make a decision.
クリス、
Hey, Torta, here to confess your feelings for me? Are you going home after this, Torta?
ああ、そうだね。そうするつもり。
Huh? Yes, that's the plan.
I see. I'm thinking of leaving after I hear Ashino's performance. Ashino was the last to perform in the afternoon session. Of the whole day, in other words. I thought of going home after hearing him play, but...
それはやめておいた方がいいんじゃないかな。
You might want to reconsider that, actually.
Why?
気づかなかった？って気づくわけもないか。
Didn't you notice? Of course you couldn't have noticed.
What do you mean?
実はね。
Actually...
Like a child who was covering up some prank, Torta stuck out her tongue as she spoke.
観客席にアルがいたんだよ。
Ari was in the audience.
Huh?
私への手紙に書いてあったんだけど、内緒で見に来るって言ってた。お昼くらいに着くって言ってたから、私も会ってはいないんだけどね。
She said in her letter that she was coming, in secret. I think she arrived around noon, so I haven't met her yet either.
You're kidding.
ステージに立った時に見えたんだけど、一番後ろで立ち見してたよ。
I saw her while I was on stage. She was standing right at the back.
I didn't notice. So where is she now?
今は私の家に戻ってるんじゃないかな。クリスの予定まではわからなかったから、アーシノの演奏を聞いてから戻ったんじゃ、さすがに帰ってるとは思うけどね。
She's probably back at my place now. I didn't know what your plans were. If you stay to hear Asino's performance, you'll probably miss her altogether.
I see. In that case, if you see Asino, tell him I'm sorry.
はいはい。でも、私も帰るから、また今度になるかな。
Sure, sure. But I'm going home too, so that'll probably have to wait.
Right, you said that just now. Anyway, shall we?
私はお邪魔だから、いない方がいいよね。
I'd be in the way, so I shouldn't be there, right?
She's your sister and we're childhood friends. You couldn't be there, Torta.
すぐに戻るなら、クリスの家に行くように伝えておくよ。私の家はおばあちゃんもいるしね。
If you're going home directly, I could tell her to go to your place. Grandma's at home, as you know.
That's true. Could you do that for me?
はいはい。すぐに帰るみたいだから、そんなに長い時間はいられないかもしれないけどね。
Okay. I think her train leaves soon, so I don't know how long she can stay.
Got it. In that case, tell her I'm waiting in my room. I'm going to find Ashno and tell him what's going on before I leave. I think I have enough time for that.
だね。じゃあ、私は帰るね。
Probably. Well, I'll be off.
Okay. Thank you for everything, really.
はいはい。
Alright.
Torta waved her hand limply as if she'd had enough of me and went home. I went back to the second hall to look for Ashino, who was bound to be in one of the practice rooms. In the practice room, Ashino stared at me in disbelief, whereupon I apologized and went back to my room. For a moment I thought Ari would be waiting in front of the door, but I'd arrived early, it seemed. Leaving the door unlocked, I went inside. I dried my hair with the towel set out by Forney, which I replaced with a fresh towel for Ari.
あれ？早かったんだね。
That was fast. Sorta. Actually, Ari came to today's recital.
え？
What?
I was surprised too, and she's probably heading home soon. But before that, she'll stop by here.
そっか。
I see.
The recital. I wonder how it sounded. She'll probably ask me what I thought of it.
嬉しそうね。
You look happy. I guess so.
でもさ、
You know... Hmm?
私はいない方がいいよね。
It's better if I'm not here, yeah?
It's not like you, Forney, to care about such things. I was in such a good mood, I didn't mind either way.
いいだ。イチャイチャしてるクリスなんて見てもしょうがないから消えてるね。
That's quite alright. I've no need to see the two of you being lovey-dovey, so I'll disappear for now.
Well, that works too. Forney was stunned by my irrepressible positivity.
なら消えてるね。
Okay, disappearing now.
Ah, hold on a sec.
どうしたの？
What's wrong? We still have some time left, but... Forney, when I leave this place, why don't you come with me?
どうしたのよ、急に。
Why are you asking all of a sudden? No reason. I just thought of it.
遠慮しておく。私はここでまた次の人が来るのを待ってるから。
I'll pass. I'll wait here for the next person to move in.
Aw. Our imaginary friend doesn't want to return home with us. Is that okay?
私がいいって言ってるんだから。
It is if I say so. Fair. But
とにかく私は消えるから。アルの言うことをよく聞くんだよ。
Anyway, I'm disappearing. Listen carefully what Ari says, okay?
トルタの言うこともよく聞くんだよ。
Listen carefully to Torta as well, okay?
Forney?
じゃあ、これでさよならだね。
I guess this is goodbye.
Huh?
じゃあね。
See you around.
Hey! At almost the same time, there was a knock at the door. Don't we still have a little bit of time before we have to leave? Before we leave for home? I think there's still like a month or so before we actually have to return home. It's open! I turned around and saw Arietta enter through the open door.
不用心なの。
That was careless of you.
I knew you were coming, Ari.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
I stared for a few moments at where Forney had disappeared. Then I turned to face Ari. I had been quite serious when I asked her to come with me, but Forney didn't take the question seriously, and had disappeared just like that. But if that's what she wanted, perhaps there was nothing to be done about it. You didn't even graduate yet? Yeah. I suppose close enough to graduation. Yeah, there's not much time left in the year my school career. In any case, I was only thinking of Arietta now. In my mind, I expressed my gratitude to Forney. Then I spoke to Ari. Your visit today was sudden, huh? She was the tutorial. Guess so.
手紙に書いたら止められるような気がして。
If I'd mentioned it in the letter, I was sure you would have stopped me.
That's true, I probably would have.
でしょ？だからいきなり会いに来ちゃった。
Right? That's why I came to see you, as a surprise.
Thank you.
でも、すぐに出なくちゃいけないんだ。駅まで送ってくれるでしょ？
My pleasure, but I'll have to leave soon. You'll walk with me to the station, won't you?
Huh? Are you leaving already?
それとも、クリスも一緒に町まで戻っちゃう？
Yes. Or perhaps you could come back home with me?
That's not a bad idea, actually.
本当に？
Really? The rest of the week will be nothing but recitals. The graduation ceremony comes after that.
なら、2、3日分の着替えだけ持って一緒に行こうか。
In that case, all you need are clothes for 2 or 3 days, and you can come with me.
Huh? You don't seem that surprised. I thought this was quite a momentous decision, actually. She's just checking to see if Sis and Chris had chemistry.
クリスならそう答えてくれるって思ってたから。それに2つ返事だったじゃない。
It's because I knew you'd agree, Chris. Anyway, there were 2 options, right?
Yeah, 2 choices. Choice 1, head back home with her for a few days. Choice 2, the wrong decision. That's true.
ほら、それなら早く用意して行こう。
Come on, pack your things and let's go.
Okay, okay. Somehow I feel as if I'm marching to your beat, Ari.
いいじゃない、それで。
That's fine, isn't it?
Of course. We left, and after the quickest packing I'd ever done, we headed to the station. Ari hadn't bought her ticket yet, so I bought 2 and passed one to her.
いいの？
Are you sure about this?
I've done nothing but practice this whole month. I haven't had any time to relax. Besides, you're always coming to see me. I should return the favor. Even I go out more than Chris. To get my groceries! I generally leave my house once a week to get groceries. Occasionally, an extra day to go visit my mom. I've now visited her 3 days in a week in a row, and I will be visiting her. I'll try to visit her the next 2 days as well. So, going out a lot more than usual right now, but next week I'm Tuesday to Friday, all like evening shifts, so I won't be able to visit her like, you know, for a good few days there.
そっか。それもそうだね。
Oh. Well, alright then.
Ari was holding her bag, but it looked very light, probably because it was near empty. I'd only packed the most basic clothes, so my bag wasn't that heavy either. Did you plan to go back right after coming here today?
ついでにクリスも連れて帰るつもりだったけどね。
Yes. I'd also planned to bring you along, incidentally.
If not to get blisters. Oh, I'm getting some. So I'm just incidental? You're so mean.
嘘嘘。それが本当の目的。
Just kidding. That was my real goal.
We'd picked the very next train out, so there wasn't much time left. Well, no. No, I'm still doing customer service for charity lotteries. Well then, let's go. As I walked towards the platform, Ari stopped for some reason and spoke to me with a serious look on her face.
ねえ、クリス。一つだけ確認してもいい？
Can I ask you one thing?
What's up? You sound so formal.
私のこと愛してる？
Do you love me?
Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Isn't there a song that goes like that? There's a song that goes like that, right? Person is going, do you love me? Do you love me? I know there's also a Nick Cave song. Do you love me? 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 Like I love you. Hey, Charlotte. It being Nick Cave, it has to be deep and dark and heavy. Ari was ignoring my words. My answer was obvious. Yes. I answered right away, and then I added a few words. I love you. I see. Ari put her hand around my neck, and we embraced each other. There and then, we didn't care if people looked at us.
クリス、キスして。
Yay! Finally, kiss her! Kiss the girl! You gotta kiss the girl.
Chris, kiss me. Kiss me.
Okay. PDA? I think I'm generally fine with PDA. Yeah. It's fine, yeah. It's sweet, it's cute. As she wished, I placed my lips on hers. But it ended up as an awkward kiss, like the very first one we shared. It wasn't just me, Ari had the same experience. I realized that we hadn't kissed for 3 years, not even when we met during Natal. And then, pulling away, Ari spoke again.
話をしましょう。
Let's talk.
What the? Even though we've been talking through our letters?
それでも伝えられないことってあるでしょ？
Let's talk is never let's never say that. Let's talk is never a good thing to tell somebody. Because that's always going to be like, what about?
There are things you can't convey in a letter, right?
Such as?
私はクリスの住む町で本当のクリスに会ってきた。でもクリスはまだ町に一度も戻ってないでしょ？
I met the real Chris in the town where he lives. But you haven't been back once, have you?
私の住む町で私の本当の姿を
The
今
town,
の私の本当の姿を見てほしいの。
the town where I live. The real me. Do you want to see the real me? As I am now?
Baby, I want to see every goddamn inch of you. Ari's whole face lit up, with a brilliant smile such as I'd never seen before. Alright, so this is her, like... this is not supposed to be a bad talk, I guess.
だから行きましょう。そして話しましょう。手紙では伝えられなかったことを。
Okay, so this isn't a...
そして
This isn't a...
これからのこと。
This isn't a... Let's talk situation. This is a... Come. Let's talk. Let's just talk.
Let's go and talk some more about things our letters couldn't convey and about things to come.
Huh. That was the bad ending. Saw the normal bad ending. How do you get a... Weird. I did not expect that to be a bad ending. Yeah, that did not feel like a bad ending. How do you get the good ending? That's sort of what I'm just looking at right now. It doesn't really say. Though I wonder. I want to check something here.
こっちは相変わらずのいい天気です。その
Ah, maybe not.
まだ続けて
Yeah, so I'm taking a look. I'm honestly not sure, like... I guess you do maybe need to do some specific choices. Okay, so I guess there are specific choices that you need to make for certain paths. It seems to sudden. It did seem sudden. Should have been using a guide. I didn't think I'd need the guide for this game, but apparently I did. So there's a question. I can skip through. Like, I can, like, you saw that, like, I can just, like, you know, hold down key and just skip through all the shit to get to places that stuff we haven't, content we haven't seen before. So should I do that in order to try to get... It seems there's... Based on what I'm seeing here... there's actually basically 4 routes. You need to complete the Torta route, the Lycée route, and the Falsita route. And that unlocks a final route, which so we should piss off. That was sort of my concern. Also, this guide explains how to skip musical performances. Apparently, if I hold down the escape key, it'll end a performance. Alright, I suppose... Suppose I will. Like I said,
こっちは相変わらずのいい天気です。
There go. So I'll get up to, like, first spot where I apparently have to say, like, make a choice. It does take a long time before you actually get a choice.
なかなかいい調子だな。この
You're
分な
doing very
ら
well. There's
そんな
nothing
に
to worry
心配
about
する。
there. Yeah, I guess so.
とはいえ、調子には乗らないことだ。
But don't get cocky. You still haven't decided on a partner.
相手が見
Blah 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 blah. Alright, so apparently this is the first spot where we, first choice we have to make. And from what I can tell, it seems like this choice might be like can't remember the option pictures. Yeah, there were very few. It seems like this conversation might be like the bulk of the choices that actually affect things. So I don't actually remember what choices I did make when we played this. I'd have to go back and rewatch, and I don't really be able to do that. So I don't remember what choices I made in this conversation, but it does seem like they are very, very important decisions here. I don't know. Some of the it seems weird in terms of like what you need to do in order to get a good ending. Because I'm looking through the walkthrough and like there's some bits where it's like, you know, some days go to the practice room and don't practice a song. Why would you not practice a song? Like why? Like. I feel like it kind of expects you it might be because I was like hedging my bets maybe because I was doing like all three of them. It might be because I was doing all three rather than just focusing on one. Are we still not done? Apparently not, Buttercup. I do have bad news. I did actually get an ending. Unfortunately, it was a bad ending. I got a bad ending. I feel like I chose Don't Deny It. I'm pretty sure I chose Don't Deny It last time. That just seems like it makes sense. And yeah, it seems I have a hunch that it's because I was trying to do all three women. Betting that wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't actually. It didn't actually seem bad. You know, I passed my audition. Arietta seemed happy. I assume that's probably Torta's bad ending. I don't know, maybe the good endings have you, like, leave Ari for your partner? You had a bad ending when trying to do all three of them? Yeah, that's what I mean, fair, but I was like, for musical partners. I don't know, it seems weird. But yeah, so there isn't anything for... I was wanting to see if there was something that, like, a lot of visual novels, there'll be, like, a thing for skipping. Like, you can set it to skip. Set skip to no, read only, or all. My initial thought was a foursome. That's a good ending. Right? Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I actually really need to go poop. Really need to go poop, so I'm gonna get going for tonight. I'll see you all tomorrow. So, good night for